Alright, so I'm re-recording this for about the 4th or 5th time. I am playing the Enhanced Edition, and for whatever reason, it is continuing to glitch during cutscenes. So, this one is... the end credits... These cutscenes are important. So, I just want them to look good. I'm sure everyone else has a better chance of doing this with their Enhanced Edition, but mine, not so much.
Mary?
When will you ever stop making that mistake? Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria? It's you. But I don't need you anymore.
What? You must be joking. But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted. I'm different than Mary. How can you throw me away?
I understand now. It's time to end this nightmare.
No! I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James!
Maria, if you would have just started with that, we wouldn't have this problem right now. So, not the battle, but the circumstances of why you come up here change depending on what ending you're about to get. So, I already know what ending I'm going to get for the reason that the dialogue coming up here was given, and also the obvious I've played through a few times now, thanks to the recording having problems. But, Maria is representing, obviously, right here in this instance, kind of how Mary felt on her deathbed. She's trapped to her cage, she's stuck in there, like her bed, and she's got these metal spikes that are, like, pinned into her right now for unending pain. But, you know, honey, I'm gonna end your pain.
Mary?
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not true. You also said you didn't want to die. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
James, if that were true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary?
James. Please. Please do something for me. go on with your life. In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you, something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most, especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James. You made me happy.
Silent Hill 2. Probably my favorite horror game in general. Definitely my favorite psychological horror game. If I were to not include any other entries of the franchise, I would say probably Faith would be my other favorite horror franchise in general. But yeah, deep stuff, heavy game. A lot of themes in it that most people can relate to. A lot of themes that you hope never happen to you, but you just hope that you have the strength to be able to deal with it when they do come up. It's a rich emotional journey all the way through, and I love every moment of it. Even if it does still freak me out after all the times I have watched it played and have now played it. But I am going to try to also play the Born from a Wish sub-scenario at some point, probably next week. And there's a great chance that I will probably do a second playthrough or another one in general. This is the lead ending that we have gotten right here. It is the happiest of the three base endings that you can get. While I won't say what the endings are, in case I do end up showing them later, there is the in-water ending, which involves you looking at Angela's knife, having your health at low to critical kind of status throughout most of the game. You know, just not taking care of yourself so much. And listening to details like the reception room or whatever it's called that had the floating bed scene, or listening to the conversation through the hallway on the way to fight Maria. There is, I think, another factor potentially, but that is the main part of it. And the other ending is the Maria ending, which is the one I would declare as impossible on your first playthrough when you don't have any idea. Where, if you walk away from where Maria is trying to tell you to go to find Laura and whatnot, she'll say something like, "Where are you going? She's not that way." And then James will be like, "Oh," and then come right back. You can't do any of that. You should not look at Mary's picture. And when she's in the hospital, you need to check on her often. And when she's in the labyrinth, you also need to check on her pretty often, whether she's alive or dead. And try not to bump into her or smack her, because that will make it really hard to get your ending. But that's the base ones. So, I was going to end this with a lot of talk about what happened throughout this game and the symbolism that the monsters have and just about every shot that you see and whatnot, but I've come to realize that it would be best for me to just let that be as subtle as possible, up to your interpretation. Those of you who know me and wanted my opinions on things or details, I could happily walk you through what the lore is on this, but yeah, I think there's a lot of pieces here that everyone over the last 24 years have been trying to piece together, and with the remake out, that's also helped some people understand some other themes a little bit better. Like James's alcoholism, they don't really mention that much in this game, except for, I presume, if I don't take as much care of my character, he probably mentions it in that scene at the Heaven's Night in the hallway, clicking on the alcohol bottles and say, like, I do drink a lot or whatever. In the remake, when they go to Heaven's Night, Maria offers him a drink, and he says no thanks, but like his hand is kind of shaking, and you can notice that he's really contemplating it, but he's trying to keep a level head throughout this. But if I play a second playthrough, then I will go ahead and talk about all the things that come to my mind as I play through it. I won't be trying to go as hard on scavenging every little area in the game, because that does take a long time, and you can get this game knocked out pretty quickly if you know exactly what you need to do, which I do aim to do for the other one, just because if I do play through it multiple times, I'd rather not have to do 10 hours of being frightened every time. Condense that down to like 3 or 4 to 6 each time. That's fine with me. Yeah. Most definitely. But if this is your first time watching Silent Hill, thank you very much for picking my channel to do so. I will refer you to other things like Next Derrit or Silent Archive or Silent Hillside, I think, and Nub Zombie, as I mentioned in the earlier part, and for funny playthroughs, for anything in the Silent Hill franchise, the Super Best Friends, rest in peace, they did great ones, and the Scary Game Squad is my go-to for like wanting to laugh at this game and whatnot. And see people who are unfamiliar with the franchise, with the game, but also slightly the franchise, go through it and share their fresh-eyed opinions on things. James Sunderland is one of my favorite characters in media, I think. Because it's hard to blame anybody exactly in this situation, because it's rough on everybody. Mary didn't want to die, and she, in scaredness and fear and pain, lashed out at James. And James, depending on what ending you get, didn't want to have this be his whole life, but also wanted her to not have to suffer, and doing what he could. May not have been the best way to go about it, but that's up to you to decide. But as far as this ending goes, the leave ending, we don't see James again after this game, except as cameo appearances in other games' endings, and they're usually the secret endings, so it's just for fun that they throw him in there. They know what this game did. So I mentioned before, this game is in my opinion, best in the franchise, but also damns the franchise, because when they made the American games of Silent Hill, being Origins, Homecoming, Shattered Memories, Downpour, and Book of Memories. They tried to kindle some of the feelings that people had for the second game and rehash the idea over and over.
James, honey.
And it didn't work. Not for all of them. I like Shattered Memories. The concept of Homecoming was cool, but it goes against some of the lore that's pre-established. Origins definitely goes against some of the lore that's pre-established, but it's interesting. And Downpour is a very mixed bag of feelings and opinions on that one, but it has one of the best secret endings ever in it, so I'll love it for that, if nothing else. Plus, I like Murphy Pendleton. He's a kind of cool guy. All right, that's enough rambling for me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and see you in the next one. Bye.